Welcome to GTM's Tax Automation series on one-source tax provision functionality. In this episode, we are going to walk through the NOL automation functionality within the software. And what does that do exactly? The NOL automation allows us to automate the generation and the utilization of NOLs within the software so that you do not have to manually reclass your NOLs from the unit. So the system will recognize if you have sufficient NOLs available and you're in an income position once you have activated the NOL automation. The system will utilize the NOLs you have up to the amount of income available. And similarly, if you have NOL generation, the system will automatically reclass that generation over to the deferreds. So the setup of the NOL automation is within the unit details area. And we will go into the software to see that. But additionally, if you are doing this on many units, you're going to want to do this by import. So using the pound unit tab, you will go over to column W, which has the NOL automation policy, and you will enter a Y for yes if you want to activate the NOL automation on a particular unit. If you have like special restrictions within a jurisdiction, such as you may only be able to take a certain amount of NOLs, like the NOLs are capped, then you can put a base NOL allowance amount. If you've got section 382 allowances, this is where you would put that in column X. And otherwise, if you don't, then you're going to want to put an NOL utilization rate in. So the default is 1 for 100%. If you're doing NOLs in the US where it's now limited to 80%, then you would put 0.8 in this column. Now, you will have to automate the NOL at each jurisdiction that you want to have your NOL automation done. So just hopping into the software. If you're going to take a look at the unit level, just to show you where that is in the system, I'm going to just pull up my active units here in this data set. I'm going to my unit 100, and that will be in other. And you will enable the NOL, select the NOL automation, and then complete the information here. So I don't have any restrictions. I don't have a section 382 limitation, so I'm leaving this at 0. So now that the NOL is on, let's go take a look at the NOL temp diffs and see how much NOLs we have available. So this unit has $265 million in NOLs that it can use from prior years. So let me go in, run that unit. And it's just collapsed down here. So you'll be able to see that right now, the federal taxable income is $147.8 million. Well, reclass line, we see that the system reclassed $65 million of NOLs, but we had $265 million of NOLs to use. So why is it that the entire 147 million has not been offset by the NOLs? So let's go take a look again at the review and edit screen for the NOLs. Now, the system automation, when it is doing the reclass of the NOLs from a generation utilization perspective, looks at all NOLs that start with a code of NOL underscore. All right, and we can see that we have $15 million on the NOL underscore manual, and we wildcat, and then we have another 50 million under the NOL underscore manual. Note that the $200 million of available NOLs are sitting in a code called carry forward NOL. All right, so it has NOL in it, but it does not have that prefix of NOL underscore. So the system, when it summed everything up, is not seeing this as available for reclass. So we would need to make a change here. I'm going to actually add a new adjustment, and I'm just going to go ahead and use the NOL manual. All right, I am going to correct this item. So it was a 2017 with a 2037 carry forward year. And I'll put, and I'm actually going to just go ahead and delete this incorrect line and save. All right, so I'm still at my 200 million, but now I have something that is sitting in an NOL underscore manual. So let's run that tax provision report again. Seems like I had an issue here. Let's see. I have two line items with the same. So let me just put that in a separate class. We'll do current year activity, save. Okay, so if I go into reporting and I run this provision again, we should have NOL utilization of the full amount of the taxable income, because we do have sufficient NOL to offset. And there you can see that we net down to a current taxable income of 0, and the NOL has been reclassed to the deferreds for the full $147 million. So it's very important that when we create the NOL codes at setup in our administration area, that we set them up starting with NOL underscore if we are looking to use system automation functionality in the future. I hope this information was helpful, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.